the Bob Mills Weather Center, Oklahoma weather expert, Jed Castles.
Jed, our storm trackers are always out working hard, whether it's here in Oklahoma or not.
This is their money time right here. This is when they get paid the big bucks, because we've got to get them out there to track those storms. And these are some of the videos coming in from our trackers. You know, we sent them into northwest Oklahoma because there was an opportunity, chance for a few of those storms. Never really materialized, so we sent them just a little further north up into Kansas, where some storms developed, and they were spinning. See the rotation going on there across the area. Again, spinning storms, those are the kinds that can create that large hail as our large updraft for that spinning area can kick up that hail. Again, some hailstones there up to about golf ball. A few spots close to tennis ball size. Val had some large hail, and Marty had some hail up over almost 2.5 inches in diameter. Look at this big spiraling mesocyclone. That's the updraft, and right underneath the updraft is where you watch for the chances of a tornado. This is what you want to see if you're ever out chasing or you're ever out in the open and want to know where you look for a tornado. That's similar to what it looks like. You can see the spiraling motion. Now this is time we'll have to sped up, but you can see the motion there with that. So you can have spinning storms, but it does not mean they'll always produce a tornado. And again, anytime you have what's called a supercell, those do spin. So you'll get some rotation, and that rotation is called wind shear. So we get that wind shear going. More of that happening today as we have the opportunity for some storms and some severe weather out in the Panhandle area. They're going to be further west. They'll start further into the western sides of the Panhandle and then shift east. May make it to far west Oklahoma late this evening. And with that, some of those storms could be severe, but as they get into the evening hours, they will start to weaken, and that threat for severe weather will be going down. But when they're out in the Panhandle, baseball-sized hail, 80-mile-per-hour gusts, and again, a few tornadoes certainly will be possible here coming up for today. So we're monitoring that. Outside of that, there's going to be a lot of wind today. The winds are going to crank up along the I-44 corridor, north and west of there. Strongest winds. Again, another high wind warning, multiple high wind warnings this spring. More than we have in recent years. So prepare for more extreme wind. That means power outages, power disruptions, knocking over the trash can, breaking a few tree limbs. And again, we'll be causing for some dusty weather too. Now the fire danger will also elevate too in northwest Oklahoma. You get a fire with those kind of winds, it makes them out of control. So we got to watch for that as well. So here's your winds right now. They're already picking up out the door this morning. There's a storm system to our west that'll eventually move in tomorrow, and out ahead of that, our winds are very strong. Now there is a little rain showing up. We're watching Next Gen Live. Again, dialing in a little closer here to Oklahoma City shows those showers moving up through Cashin, Okarche. They're moving northeast. Right now around the metro, we are starting off dry this morning and 72. It's a dry morning and a windy morning as well, with our temperatures running through the 70s for most of Oklahoma, 75 in Alva, with winds now topping 31 continuing up around the Woodward area. So those gusty winds I mentioned here just a minute ago in northwest Oklahoma, they're already starting off early this morning. So temperatures today warming up, a lot of 80s on the way. Some warm conditions are on the way for today, 60s, 70s, and getting up to near 80 in here by mid-afternoon today. We made it up in the upper 70s, around 80 yesterday, and we'll be in that similar case again today. 70s across Oklahoma this morning for most locations. Again, that wind is up. As we check out your forecast today, temperatures will be warming up to the 70s, the 80s across Oklahoma, closing on 90 in southwest parts of Oklahoma. As we look at our temperatures tomorrow, we'll start in the 60s. Mild start to your Saturday, and then warm it back up. 70s and some 80s are on the way for your Saturday afternoon. And then on Sunday, we'll try to cool it off a little bit, but should rebound back up into the 60s, some 70s in here for your Sunday afternoon. Let's check the storm chances. Again, I've drawn what we'll call the energy potential. So a lot of energy, that's the heat and humidity building out toward the Panhandle, and that's where the chance of some storms will develop, right along the edge of that higher humidity and energy. Those storms will move across west Oklahoma, eventually roll into Oklahoma. The better energy stays to the west, so the chance of severe weather will diminish. Still some showers around during the morning hours. A cold front will start nosing in and a dry line pushes across, and that'll provide for a few storm chances there coming in late tomorrow on into tomorrow evening. Some lightning, some rain, and some severe weather with large hail damaging winds. Low chance of a tornado coming in tomorrow. And by Saturday evening, all that will be riding off and conditions will be improving. And again, as we go into today, a few of those storms will be rotating, so the threat for some of those severe storms expected out that way. So afternoon storms out west with that large hail. tornado threat and also damaging winds. We'll monitor that. And then as we go toward tomorrow, chances shifting to central Oklahoma, and a few of those storms could be severe. We'll monitor that. Chance of rain shifts east as we go into Sunday. As we look at the chance of storms moving out, 60s for Sunday and Monday, warming it back up next week. We'll take a break and be back right after this.